Space Marine 2 has dominated the Warhammer universe over the last year.
For the wrath of Ultramarines!
And after the success of translating Dawn of War to the tabletop with Dawn of War Warhammer,
Marine Squad deployed. Light of the Emperor!
I have just been dying to bring the adventures of Demetrian Titus to the tabletop. So today we have a Warhammer 40k battle report like nothing you've seen before. The Imperial world of Kadaku is under attack by a vicious hive fleet of the Tyranids, and the second company of the Ultramarines are all that stands in its way.
Demetrian Titus of Ultramar!
An orbital defense cannon instrumental in repelling the Tyranid menace has gone offline. Located in a city district in Kadaku's largest metropolis that is already under Tyranid assault, Lieutenant Titus of the Ultramarine 2nd Company and his battle brothers Kyron and Gadriel have been tasked with escorting a mechanicum servitor to the control module to reboot the orbital weapon. But en route to the objective, their transport is shot from the sky, and Titus and his team must fight their way from the crash site to secure the orbital weapon, and then fall back to a nearby landing pad to await extraction. Today's battle report uses Warhammer 40k's 10th edition rule set with some crazy homebrew twists to transport the Space Marine 2 video game to the tabletop. Titus and his two battle brothers all use the Space Marine captain profile to give them the oomph that we expect from the video game, and are pitted against an unending horde of Tyranids who randomly spawn from different locations across the map. Jacob and I will actually be playing this mission cooperatively against the horde of Nids who operate using Games Workshop's non-player operative system, and we have packed a heap of narrative flavor into this scenario to transport our beloved video game to the tabletop. So without further ado, let's crush some alien filth. Titus and his boys leapt from the crash site, and with no targets to shoot, they performed advanced moves eager to make ground on the objective before the inevitable Tyranid assault. Servitor Steve followed along in their wake, beeping and booping garbled prayers to the Omnissiah. At the end of the first Tyranid turn, two squads of Hormagaunts spawned on either side of the Ultramarines, one from the northern board edge, and one popping up within the ruins of the Vox Tower. Unable to act this turn, we jump into the second Ultramarine turn.
Alright, Lockie, some Tyranids have popped up. We've got a decision to make. We can either just charge into melee and kill them, or we can run for the objective. What do you want to do?
I think we got to get up to this cannon. We need that power cell up there. The Hormagaunts are closing in, and who knows what other Tyranids are on the way. So we're just going to do normal moves with all three of our beautiful Marines, and of course, Servitor Steve as well. We are just unloading straight down into this pretty much second squad of Hormagaunts, only ones we can see. All three of our men have mastercrafted bolters, so hitting on twos, every single shot hits, 3s to wounds. Come on, we got to wipe these guys out. And we have got 5 wounds. It is enough, but with AP -1, you got a 6+ save. Jacob, do you want to roll for the Nids?
All right, here's my best chance. And
yes!
Absolutely wiped out.
All right, that is the whole squad gone, but there is an entire another squad who is going to chase us up the stairs.
Drawn inexorably to the scent of fresh biomass to devour, the remaining Hormagaunts leapt up the stairs and launched a successful charge into the 3 towering cobalt blue warriors, and as they have charged, they'll be fighting first.
And here's the Hormagaunts. We're hitting on 4s. That was actually really good.
Oh, spicy.
And it's wounding on 5s. All right.
Ouch!
That was pretty solid performance out of those Hormagaunts.
And AP -1, so we're only going to have 3+ saves, Jacob.
Yep.
6 armor saves on 3s. And we've dropped our first wound. Gadriel, he's feeling it. So we'll start off with Titus, mastercrafted power sword, hitting on 2s. And that's every single one hitting. Strength 5 wounding on 3s. And that's all of them dead because it's AP -2. Titus single-handedly chops them up.
Incredible work from Big T, but just when things looked clear, at the end of the second Tyranid turn, a massive squad of 6 Raveners spawned within the base of the Parthenion. There'll be a hard fight now to get to the objective, and then to make matters worse, we rolled up another 3 squads of Tyranids, but thankfully, the random spawn locations were pretty favorable, with 2 new Termagaunt broods and 1 more more Hormigaunt squads spawning on the southern board edge. Not an issue right now, but they will be painful soon enough. This Tyranid horde is certainly growing. Now, this glorious board that we're playing the battle report on today is made from my STL scenery set, Zorp Sector Rome, that is live right now on Kickstarter and finishes in just a few days, and brings you an amazing set of sci-fi Rome themed STL files that have been made by wargamers for wargamers. Stunning aesthetics combined with intensely modular support-free design to give you a wargaming board that is fantastic for gameplay, looks incredible,
and gives you a brand new gaming experience every time you play.
Zorp Sector Rome launches with a core set of 7 fully interiored buildings, from small civic dwellings to the mighty Parthenon. Every building has both fully intact and ruined versions.
You can even blow the buildings up as you play for a fully destructible environment.
The Zorp Sector City Foundation system is a fully modular set of floor tiles and plinths that create incredible verticality, no more boring flat cities, and the entire system can be integrated with the Zorp Sector walkways, allowing for the battle to rage high above the streets below.
And with the Battlezone Mars add-on, you can bring the industrial to your civic metropolis.
Everything you need to build an amazing city is in this one set, and it even comes in both 28mm and 8mm scale, so no matter what sci-fi wargame you play, Zorp Sector Rome is the scenery for you.
The more backers, the more stretch goals unlocked, the bigger Zorp Sector Rome can become, so back it on Kickstarter today.
That goes to Space Marines next turn. These Raveners have popped up, and obviously they're in our way, so let's run forwards and go and deal with them. And Servitor Steve, please stay alive.
Yeah, we kind of need him. Right, you're going to open fire first, Jakey?
Yes, so I've got my master-crafted bolters, got our master-crafted bolters. We're, of course, on the same team
For
here.
sure are. We're a team.
Oh, we've hit everything again.
Oh, yes, you have.
And
oh, now these are toughness 5, so it's going to be 5 to wounds.
all right. We've got 2.
Yeah, it's a start. It's a
That's all right.
start. Save us down to 5+ with the bolters, armor penetration, and damage 2. I really want to save both of these. I do not, so that is one entire Ravener blasted away before the charge. That's going to help our Space Marines out a lot.
Servitor Steve can stay where he is. He doesn't need to charge with us.
I think maybe he just watches.
Yeah.
He doesn't. He's not keen.
Yeah. Now, I've played with Titus a lot in video game. This is my first time on tabletop. I'm hoping this feels good. So, hitting on 2s with that power sword.
Ah! 2 1s, Jacob. What are you doing?
We're struggling. We're struggling. 4s. That is 2 wounds. Now, these will, of course, be damage 2. -2 AP, so it's 6s to save the Raveners. Otherwise, I might take down another one.
Oh,
Got
nice,
him.
Nice.
So that
Okay.
is a second Ravener killed.
3 Raveners left.
Oh, it's kind of awkward reaching, so let's get inside this thing.
Gadriel and Kyron were so inspired by Titus's incredible swordsmanship, they decided to do absolutely nothing and didn't inflict a single wound.
Kyron and Gadriel really let Titus down here. There should not be 2 of these Raveners left to strike back. They're going to hit at 3s. 6 attacks and 3s to wounds with the reroll. And they're all wounding. Now they're AP -2, so our beautiful 2+ saves are down to 4s. I'm going to roll them for us, Jakey. Here we go.
Come on.
We're going to sink them probably. Oh, we failed 1. So damage 2 on the Raveners, so that's another 2 wounds on Gadriel. That's 3 for him. He's going to be down in no time.
The Hormigaunts in the south advanced a huge 5 inches and surged towards the Parthenon. The Termagaunts in the southwest advanced towards the base of the stairwell leading up to the landing pad. This is, of course, the Exfiltration location, so they'll be in a handy position later on. And the southeastern Termi brood ambled towards the center. In the fight phase, the Ultras struck first as they charged last turn and wiped the Raveners, consolidating closer to the Parthenon cannon controls. On the Ultramarine turn 3, our heroes sauntered forwards to the balcony and checked their munitions because it's time for some classic Space Marine 2 objective defense. Servitor Steve ambled over to the cannon control module and inserted his override codes and power core, and with the system rebooting, Titus, Gadriel, and Kyron opened fire with their bolters, but pulped only 2 Hormigaunts after some impressive saving boosted by the benefit of cover. In the Tyranid turn, the remaining Nids pressed the attack. The Hormigaunts launched down into the gully, hoping to charge up the plinth wall with their sharp claws. The southeastern Termagaunt brood gained the high ground to set up shooting for next turn, but the Termagaunts atop the landing pad launched forwards and unloaded their flesh borers, riddling the Parthenon with toxic, parasitic ammunition, and chipped another wound through Gadriel's already compromised power armor. But worst of all, on the turn following the capture of the objective, the Tyranid reinforcement value gets a huge boost, and unfortunately, we rolled incredibly poorly, resulting in a full squad of 6 Von Ryan Leapers spawning not on a board edge, but on the roof of the Parthenon. And to make matters worse, as they usually have deep strike, in our game mode, the Leapers don't spawn at the end of the turn, but at the beginning of the charge phase. And you better believe that they're charging in. Luckily though, the Hormagaunts failed their charge.
This could be bad for us. We got 36 attacks from these 6 Von Rise Leapers. They're hitting on 3s. And this is going to take us a while to work out. Whopping 28 hits, wounding on 3s.
All right, that looks like a lot of wounds. So I'm used to playing Space Marine on regular difficulty, and obviously these lictors have turned it up to hard mode. I need 3s, there's 20 here. Oh, 1, 5,
Gadriel's going
6.
down.
So Gadriel is down. Now we can of course bring him back up because this is Space Marine 2, but it's not a good start. We've obviously missed our opportunity to parry, so let's just whack him normally. This is Kyron and Titus together, not a single miss. That is beautiful. Force to wound, let's take him down. Oh, wow, that was pretty good. Turns out I might not be playing on hard mode. Only 1 passed, so that is 8 wounds, so 4 of them are dead.
Well, I think we got pretty lucky there. Gadriel is down though, and we need to finish off these baby lictors to try and get Gadriel up, and to make matters worse, a full-size brood of 10 Hormagaunts just spawned on the northern board edge, bearing down on our beleaguered Ultramarines. In the Ultramarine turn, our boys repositioned and fired some bolt pistols point blank, but couldn't finish off the last 2 of the Leapers, leaving us with a tough choice to make in the combat phase.
Gadriel is down. Do we get him up?
We have to hold this area while Servitor Steve does his thing.
Yep.
Not exactly sure what he's doing, but he's doing stuff.
Yeah.
Titus could potentially kill them both, while
could.
Kyron helps Gadriel stand up.
Yeah, I mean, these Hormagaunts are obviously bearing down on us next turn as well. So
Yeah.
otherwise, we both fight, but then next turn we don't have Gadriel's attacks.
Yep, and something worse can come in.
Okay, true. All right, well, how about I give it a go with Titus, and you get Gadriel up with Kyron.
All right, well, how about we swap? I'll be Titus, you can be the little healer guy.
Fine.
The 2 Von Ryan's Leapers got stuck in with their fight's first ability, but luckily Kyron's shield fended off the blows while he was busy trying to revive Gadriel. Jacob then swung hard with Titus, but only scored 2 wounds, and the hardened carapace resisted the power sword's bite, with only a single damage 2 wound managing to finish off 1 of the Leapers. At the end of the turn, Gadriel then stood back up on D6 wounds remaining, rolling a big 3. In the Tyranid turn, the swarm advanced with the Termagants taking up better defensive positions to guard the landing pad in case our Marines survive the assault, and then both Hormagaunt squads moved up and charged in. Somehow, the entire mass of chopping Hormagaunt claws could only manage a single wound on Kyron before the remaining Leaper, again fighting with that fight's first ability, landed another blow at damage 3, meaning Kyron was now only on 4 wounds remaining. Titus then finished off the last Leaper with a deft stroke of his power sword, before Kyron and the newly arisen Gadriel destroyed the entire mass of Hormagaunts in a savage round of combat, and then consolidated down the plinth with a super cinematic leap. Servitor Steve, however, didn't quite have the prowess to match his superhuman guardians.
Do not leave me.
With Servitor Steve now having rebooted the Parthenon defense cannon, the skies above Zorp Sector Rome are a little safer from the Tyranid menace, and our mighty heroes and Steve need to withdraw before they are overwhelmed. There is a lot of ground to cover, and of course, as we're at the end of a Tyranid turn, there's a new reinforcement phase to roll for, and 5 Barb Gaunts spawned in some gloriously elevated positions to harry our retreat. With our objective complete, we called in our transport for exfiltration, presumably some sort of super well-armed and armored gunship. Oh, an Arvus lighter! My goodness, the war is obviously not going very well. To exfiltrate, we have 3 options. The rear stairwell that we saw the Termagants climb earlier, scaling the ruined building and taking the short gangway over to the landing pad, or a longer route to the southern plinth stairwell. As our new turn began, we opted for the latter, as it would allow our injured heroes more cover from those barb gaunts, but we may pay for that choice if too many enemies spawn while we're legging it. Steve ambled along back the way he came, and as we advance moved, there was no shooting. Next turn, we had to weather some withering Tyranid shooting in range and line of sight of both Termagaunt broods and 4 out of 5 of the barb gaunts. Kyron again tried to valiantly protect his comrades with his big shield, but lost 1 wound to the flesh borers and another 2 wounds to the explosive miasma of the barb gaunt artillery. Now he just has 1 wound left. We must get back into cover. In our next turn, all of our moves are heavily reduced due to the sticky miasma of the barb gaunt artillery, but we were able to get out of line of sight to prevent another barrage next turn, and the Arvis Lighter cruised slowly towards the landing pad, not keen to land until we were actually ready to be picked up.
He is very not getting to the ship. Maybe they can pick him up on the way.
The ship's right there. Yeah. He's like...
Some of the Termagaunts then repositioned, obviously realizing which stairwell we were moving to, and the other brood leaned over the parapet and opened fire, but this turn, our armor held strong.
Yes!
Oh.
Then it was back to our full speed movements, legging it towards the stairwell.
A slight detour through the arch, purely to show off how amazing that is, available on Kickstarter now.
Yeah.
We copped another barrage from both Termagaunt broods and 1 barb gaunt in the tower and got a bit nervous with Kyron on 1 wound and Gadriel on 3, but miraculously survived. And then, because of course, the next Tyranid unit spawned almost right on top of us alongside their Termagaunt brethren. With massive nids now between us and the objective, we are left with only one choice.
This is a big turn. The Nid Horde is in front of us, supported by barb gaunt artillery. We are just going to perform a normal move at -2 because we got hit by those bloody barb gaunts, and we're about 6 inches away, and we're going to need to make this charge. We are just firing in, no shooting, straight into combat. Let's get up there and chop. Oh no, we've started
3
pulling.
and... Oh, come on.
Yes, 8 inches. We are in, boys. Let's go smash straight into the Hormagaunts and carve them up. Up first, Titus and Gadriel together into the big squad of 10 Hormagaunts, hitting on 2s. 7 of the little buggers. Kyron into the 5 Termagaunts, hitting on 2s, 3s to wounds, and oh, he hasn't quite wiped the squad.
The survivors then hit back bitterly with tooth and claw.
Hit. Come on, 5. Oh
no!
Okay, a save for Kyron or he's dead. Well, downed. Oh, he made it. He made it.
Earlier in the turn, Steve had continued his futile attempt to reach the landing pad, and the Arvis Lighter had approached within striking distance of the pickup point. The remaining Termagaunts then threw themselves into the combat in a last-ditch effort to slow the cobalt blue titans of myth, and scored another lucky wound on Kyron, who has been on 1 wound remaining for a long time.
Don't die. Oh, he's still alive. He loves it.
The Ultramarines then obliterated the horde of Gaunts. Victory is now in sight, with the Arvis Lighter moving to be within 1 move's reach of the landing, and the 3 Ultramarines hot on their heels, bracing to weather one last salvo from the barb gaunts. But on the Tyranid turn, the beasts changed up their tactics and instead started peppering the Arvis Lighter, who was now within their range. Massing their attacks, they only managed a single wound, leaving the pilot shaken with his transport on 7 wounds remaining. But at the end of the Tyranid turn, the final hurdle for our brave warriors revealed itself. What would Space Marine 2 be without a boss fight? And this Reaperfex is certainly a beast of an enemy. Seeing their moment had come, Titus roared the classic battle cry of the Ultramarines and stormed headlong in to face the monstrosity in combat. Servitor Steve, meanwhile, kept powering his little drone legs. Maybe if the Reaperfex holds up the Marines long enough, they won't be able to leave without him.
Well, the big boss fight to end the level. It's got to happen, Jakey.
Yeah, exactly. Look, it's video game logic, and video game logic is cool. So
It
of course,
is.
we need to kill this thing so that the
you
Arvis
you
Lighter
cross
can
the
land.
bridge, and it just pops up out of nowhere. And man, if we get tied down by this thing, these barb gaunts could sink that Arvis Lighter. So we got to get into combat fast.
Yes, we do. And that thing is pretty scary. So,
Yeah, the Reaperfex is tough. Let's smash it.
good luck to us.
Yes.
I'm going to be rolling Kyron and Gadriel. So they've got 6 attacks each. We're rolling them together, hitting on 2s, Ooh, it could have been better. 5 misses,
far
boys.
out. Oh, 5 misses.
It's wounding on 5s.
Oh, toughness 9 for the reap effects. Oh, guys, come on.
It's 2. It could have been worse. It could have been worse. Of course, the reap effects has some armor saves.
It all comes down to Titus. The damage 2 of the Mastercrafted power weapons is going to be clutch here. Hitting on 2s. Oh, still misses, but I've landed 5, and now 5s to wound. Oh. Nothing, Titus! 6 wounds left, and now I think it's going to hit us back pretty hard.
Scything Talons with 8 attacks. It hits on 4s, so...
Okay, that helps, that helps.
That's average. Wounding on 2s here. So that is 3 wounds. Now we need to do these one at a time because Kyron is going to go first. We've taken 3 wounds. He has that big shield, so he has got a 3-up save. He's alive. Next one. He's alive. Last one. Oh!
And it's damage 3, right?
Damage 3. Kyron just had 1 left, so he has been blasted
Crunch.
to pieces. He is knocked down.
That's the first time Kyron's gone down. Only 2 Marines left to do the work.
The Barbgaunts then continued their barrage on the poor Arvus lighter, hovering, waiting to land. If the Reapeffects isn't taken down soon, we may not have a transport. 6 wounds remaining.
Kyron down, Gadriel and Titus up, starting with Gadriel. He needs 2s. That's a bit better than last turn, and now we need those 5s. 4 Ultimas, beautiful. Do all the saves at the end, so Titus now, 2s to hit again. There we go. Chasing those 5s. Oh no, Titus! He doesn't contribute any for the second turn in a row. Right, 4 saves for the Reap effects.
It needs to pass 2.
Oh, he's past 2.
It's past 2. I need another dice. Oh, he's past 3.
So, 4 wounds remaining, Jacob.
That's pretty scary for these Space Marines.
Time to hit back. My turn to be the Reap effects. 8 attacks hitting on 4s. Oh, yes. Only 2!
That's good.
And 2s to wound. And we don't like that. All right, let's pass these saves. Now, these are going to first be on Gadriel. He's on a 4. He saves it with a big ultimate.
Up.
And yes! God, he is loving the 6s.
Dude,
2 Marines on the
Gadriel
fight.
is insane.
Yeah.
Because the third round of this combat now takes place in an Ultramarine phase, the Reapeffects will actually get to strike first and effectively get 2 rounds of combat in a row.
Hitting on 4s. Ooh, 3 hits. All right. 2s to wound. That is 3 wounds. All right, so they're obviously going to start on Gadriel. He's got 3 wounds. If one of these gets through, he's dead.
These damage 3 talons are vicious.
4 up. Oh, Gadriel has gone down, so now it's just on Titus. Let's roll them together. Come on, Titus. You're the main character, mate. He's taken 3, but he's the main character, so he's just down to 7. That's heaps. He's healthy.
I would love Titus to actually channel some main character energy right now. Nothing so far in this combat. Hitting on 2s. We need 4 wounds. It's not a great start. Wounding on 5s, and this is where we need those big clutch dice. Yes, much better. 2 Ultimas. Oh,
so
only a 4+
deal.
save. This is huge. This is huge. This is our chance. Anything less than 2 4s and the Reap effects is down. Come on, Titus. Yes! Victory! The big boss is slaughtered. Let's get the hell out of here in the Arvus lighter.
With putrid vapors still roiling from the quivering corpse, shuddering with synaptic nerve impulses, Titus dragged Kyron and Gadriel over the beast and onto the ramp of the Arvus lighter, which groaned beneath the weight of their power armor. Engines straining for thrust, Titus looked back and unloaded a hail of bolts as yet more Tyranids swarmed the landing pad, but the Arvus lighter escaped just in time. With a quick stop off to grab Steve on the way, now it's time to return to the second company and receive our next mission, as only in death does duty end. I hope you guys enjoyed that absolute ripper of a game. Jacob and I just had a ball filming it for you guys. And make sure you go and check out Zorp Sector Rome live now on Kickstarter with only a few days left to score yourself some absolutely glorious sci-fi Roman STLs that are going to change your wargaming tables forever. Drop me a comment down below what other mission ideas you think we could do for Space Marine 2 battle reports. And a massive thank you for watching. My name's Lockie, and I'll see you next time right here on ZorpHammer.